This Against the Grain monologue project is very near and dear to my heart and so important because as a Black man, I never see myself reflected on the screen in anything that I watch or anything that I see, nor do I see the lives of the amazing Black men that are part of my family or the Black men that I work with. I'm usually never a part of my own projects, things that I write. I usually try to stay behind the scenes, but the more and more that I workshop these monologues, I've been getting suggestions on other monologues to include. And this one here about Black men and mental health and some of the struggles that we face surrounding our mental health, I thought was an important monologue to include in this project. And I wanted to just take it on myself. So I've been studying this one for a couple of weeks, and I thought it was ready to kind of show the world and introduce them to the concept that Black men do go to therapy. We know we need it, and there's some of us out there that are actually taking advantage of it, and it's been beneficial for me personally, and it's been beneficial for this character, Joshua Murphy, who's been dealing with so many things that the world throws at Black men on a daily basis. I felt like it was important to include a story about Black men and mental health because a lot of times we are raised with, you saw the opening line in the piece was the character's mother and parents told them to stay away from therapy and not to discuss their business with anyone. That's what we're told. We're raised with the idea that discussing your problems with someone is wrong, or that we don't need to do that, and all we need is the Lord, which is great. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer, so I believe that we need God, we need the Lord, and we need a good therapist. So I thought it was important to shed light on that, to encourage other Black men to go ahead and seek professional help, just to help you talk through some of the things and process some of the things that we go through. So that's why I felt like it was important to include a story like Joshua Murphy, a monologue that has a Black man struggling and dealing with his past. Of how he was raised versus what he knows he needs right now in the present. For me, I believe it's important for us to stand in the gap and continue to tell these type of stories for not just only the Joshua Murphys out there, but for all Black men, is to continue to make sure that they know that they're not alone, make sure that they know that there are people out there that can help and assist you kind of navigate some of those struggles and things that we deal with as Black men. But also, I think we have to be the ones to tell the story. A lot of times we see it painted differently or portrayed differently because people that are not Black are actually writing or are producing some of these stories. But I think it hits a little bit different when we are able to tap into our own culture and pull that out and have that reflected onto the screen, because it'll be a little bit more encouraging. I know I feel encouraged and empowered when I see myself reflected in stories. So I hope and pray that we can do that with and give that and provide that to other Black men through this project as we continue to grow and tell these stories through these monologues. My mom always told me to not tell anyone else my business. And by business, she meant the things that I was going through or what I'm feeling or any challenges or struggles or hardships that I might face. All those things I'm supposed to keep to myself. Funny thing is, the older I get, the more I realize it's just the opposite. I should speak about the things that bother me. I should speak about the good, about the challenges that I face, the hardships, and I should absolutely 100% ask for help when needed. Now, see, The problem is I went through a dark season, and a lot of the stuff I needed help with, you can't actually see unless you knew what you were looking for. I was in need of help to silence the voices that I hear in my head. I hear them all day from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. They're saying things to me, whispering my insecurities and shouting the lies and making demands and telling me all the things that I can't do. Not only that, sometimes I need help just to get out of bed. Just to walk around and face the world and be a part of a society that thinks I'm a criminal. I see the looks. I recognize that fear. I heard the cries for help as George Floyd screamed as his life was being squeezed out of him. And I need help to process that. I need help to get past that. It's hard out here for a black man. Sometimes that pain, it takes over. And I feel the depression set in and I feel compressed by the weight of it all. And when that happens, I just close the blinds, cut off the lights, and I get in bed. But I don't want that anymore. I don't want that to be my reality. So I decided to change it. Despite how I was raised to not talk about my issues with anyone, I decided to start seeing a therapist. And it's the best decision I've ever made.